since that one video, got like a crazy response on my health. Definitely not. Was not expecting that.
No, that was wild.
I pulled out that wellness plan for.
So this was your doctor's appointment we had prior to going on vacation.
And I pulled up the one from vacation because we couldn't print it, and I wasn't there. So.
Did she consolidate everything or?
No.
Okay.
So we have two different things.
Cool.
Should we tell people? I just hit record. It's already recording.
So one big thing on our to-do list is mapping out this treatment plan for Jason. It's not easy.
It's not. It's super.
It's a lot. There's a lot, and it also is very time sensitive when he takes stuff. If it's with food, without food, separating it from other medications.
It's difficult.
It's very difficult. And since when we came home, I didn't talk about this yet on my channel, but Bruce had to have surgery this week, emergency surgery. He's doing good. He's down here by my feet.
I'm not now.
Jason's not doing good. So we got to deal with one person at a time in this family, you know? So me and JJ, we all good in the hood. BW had to have surgery for bladder stone removal this past week. He's doing good. A lot more about that on Jason's channel if you're interested in that, but Bruce is doing really well. So now that we got through that, we got to get back to Jason, which we kind of had to put off for a minute here.
I was trying to it's just so much.
It's
I didn't want to do it before vacation. A, it's overwhelming.
Well,
B,
and also the Herx response you can have.
Yeah, it's
Do you want to explain that again real quick, what
so
that entails?
Like a Herx response, Herxmer, whatever. What happens is, sorry, I'm trying to clean up this very informal video. It's kind of just like off the cuff, and I figured let's just share this since everybody had such a great response, which is crazy.
Yeah, if you guys want us to keep sharing this kind of stuff, Jason's very, I don't want to say you're very open because you are though.
I am.
You are, but you also you won't find it all over his Instagram or his YouTube. So he's willing to be open, but not really for his own content. So if this is helpful, being more of a health-focused channel, he's more than willing to keep sharing. But
yeah,
also,
I don't want to, some people become their sickness.
That's the other thing I was gonna say.
I'm a Lyme person. I have Lyme disease. That's who I am. No, that's not who I am.
Also,
I don't want to be known for that. I don't want to start. I just feel
your channel's very positive
for yourself,
and uplifting.
I just think it's not good for healing.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
You become that, and that's all you know. And I just don't think it's good for anybody's mentals.
I think I saw someone comment on the last video they just start every day saying they are strong, they're, their body is capable of getting through this, just kind of focusing more on the good versus sitting in the bad. And it sounds easy to do, but it's not all the time.
Sorry, like I said, this is very off the cuff, so I'm just checking, make sure the mics are working and everything's working.
But also, I guess just trigger warning, if anyone feels like this is too much of a video to listen to talking about what we're gonna do for Jason's protocols, understood as well.
So Herx reaction, basically, it angers the Lyme and it starts giving you Lyme symptoms.
You've got to detox it out of your system.
So this is the Lyme stuff. This is for the mold toxicity stuff. And it's hard because I take some of my medications when I wake up in the morning. Then I take them also at night before I go to bed.
Right.
I don't know what the time frame is on this stuff. Because as you know, some stuff I can't take with medications. I know the stuff, I bet you it's this stuff, Mycopol, for the mold detox, destroys my stomach.
Oh.
I can't take it 2 hours before or after. I can't eat or take medication or supplements 2 hours before or after I have this. So there's a 4-hour window. That's I can only eat so much in a day.
I think that's the biggest thing that impacts you is your weight and your eating.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you've done any of these treatments, you end up losing a little weight.
Is there anything personal on this? I can hold it up to the camera and show them.
Your date of birth.
No, that's fine. Okay, I'll hold it up.
That's pretty much it.
Will you help me out?
And jury duty information.
Let's see, let me go this way. So kind of start. Let me see here.
I like that Dr. Poots does this. I find it really helpful because it's overwhelming in those appointments, wouldn't you say?
Very.
So I like it. I try to take my own notes, but I like that she summarizes it like this because it really does spell out the plan. But then I always like kind of rewriting it for your everyday life. Because sometimes it's also too overwhelming to look at that. Because I did write this one up for you prior to learning about the mold toxins being high, which we learned on vacation.
Do you remember I started it and like all of a sudden I was getting constipated?
Yeah.
Like wicked bad. I'm like, I can't be constipated on vacation. That's what happened last time. Like
Yeah, and it jacked you up bad.
Day one last year I had a salad. I can't eat greens, guys.
Yeah.
And I couldn't poop and it got so bad and painful I could hardly move.
Yeah, I'm glad you made the decision to kind of hold off on this for vacation. Not that you're feeling 100%, but anytime you start any of these treatments, it's a long process for you to actually feel better.
Yes.
Hopefully feel better. Not always.
Yeah.
You know?
So, where do we start? I don't even like looking at it. I get stressed.
I mean, I
Thank
personally,
God for her. I get like super stressed.
based on what I took from your doctor, the first step was number 1, getting our house tested for mold, which we had the call yesterday.
Why don't you tell them really quick about that?
We are having mold testing done on our house. We have to pay for it, but his doctor actually recommended a company that's very thorough. And when I say thorough, they deal with a lot of people who end up having health-related issues due to the mold toxins. So they are way more thorough than people we've used previously. We did a call with them yesterday. We're gonna try to get that scheduled hopefully in the next few weeks. Very thorough.
It's costing us thousands of dollars just to get tested.
And it depends, like we can decide, like they'll swab a ton.
We pick which tests we can test for. They'll test for all different types of mold and we'll just tell them which ones we want sent into the labs. The more tests, the more it costs. Minimum, just to get it tested, what, $2,000 minimum? Then the more they add, the more it costs. And that doesn't count the remediation.
I feel like they're gonna find something in the house. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just do. And if they do, then I guess I'll probably get tested too.
Yeah.
Just to see if I need to do the same treatment.
Like, that's why I've always wondered if that's kind of like your tinnitus.
My tinnitus, maybe, but also having environmental allergies, it's like a lot of those symptoms can overlap.
I know it.
But so that's the first step. So we're gonna move forward on that. The second step is treating you for the mold toxicity because you did have high toxins. And from what she said, you can't treat the Lyme unless you treat the mold. So that's why I was unclear if you should even be starting all this.
Want me to send her a message?
I think you should, because I'm concerned with you trying to do too much at once, because then you're not gonna know
what's what?
What's what. We know you're gonna have negative symptoms associated with anything you try. So I just think it makes sense to like ask her, for you, knowing how sensitive you are, should you just focus on the mold protocols right now until we have a better handle on that aspect of things?
Okay.
Because this other treatment plan here is a lot. And not saying the mold stuff isn't, but that would overwhelm anyone doing both.
Do you want to kind of run through it? Why don't you tell them what that says? This is for Lyme.
What is the mold treatment though? Do you know or no?
Yeah, I have it on here.
Okay. So the Lyme treatment she was suggesting, okay, well, one of the symptoms Jason was having is like neuropathy type symptoms, nerve pain. So she suggested, I don't know if you have it out here, alpha lipoic acid. I think you're going to increase that dose based on how you feel. Watch for signs of low blood sugar.
Does she have me taking like lower doses of it?
This is 300 milligrams, and she wants you to start with 600 and then possibly increase to 3 times daily based on how you're feeling.
Okay, treatment plans. What do you want me to write? Should I am back from vacation and have yet to start the Lyme treatment. From what's the date on that? On October 19th.
10/19.
I was waiting to return from vacation, but now I am wondering if you would like me to start that at the same time I start the mold treat. treatment, which I am starting. Justice, stop. Justice, stop today. Also, in the next 2 weeks, I'd say, for the treatment.
I would say 2 to 3.
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, Thanksgiving week in there.
We will be having our home tested again for mold from one of the companies you suggested.
She even writes right in here. You cannot, like you've got treatment specific to Lyme and Bartonella, and I know she had said you can't treat it if mold is active.
Not you can't treat it, like if you're not taking care of the mold, the Lyme treatment will never help.
It won't be effective. But that's where it like leaves me unclear if it makes sense to do everything at once.
Okay, so let's just read through this so they kind of get just a somewhat idea.
So that's the alpha lipoic acid.
And that's for like the weird nerve pain.
The weird nerve pain to see if it would help.
MRIs. I have a lot of sciatica issues. My finger feels like it's sprained for no reason. My tailbone feels like I smashed it for no reason. A lot of weird nerve stuff in my foot, calf, leg.
Do you want to mention, did you mention before how they tested you for mold? You have to do the glutathione. We talked about that, right?
Yep, in that last video.
Okay. So for the Lyme Bartonella relapse, she listed, we're treating with herbs instead of antibiotics. So we are doing this MCBB1.
Okay.
And then, is there 2 MC bar? So there's MC bar 1 for Bartonella. That one's MCBB1 for Lyme.
This is for the co-infection?
Yes. But first, you need to go up on your NAC.
So I already take NAC just for general health.
This helps you detox, right?
Helps you detox too, and it helps prevent, like, it's good for the prevention of COVID as well, and just a bunch of other like stuff. Boost cellular glutathione levels, which glutathione helps you detox.
And can you mention how critical it is? You can treat this all you want, but if you're not able to detox it out,
it doesn't matter.
Right.
So I got to take glutathione under the tongue. I also inject glutathione, which...
So this is Trifortify. This stuff actually tastes really good. I was taking it for a while too, just for health, but I stopped.
It's expensive. This
It's really expensive.
$100.
Tastes so good though, actually.
And then I inject this.
I mean, glutathione is expensive.
Yeah.
In most forms, probably if you're getting the good stuff. Promotes healthy detoxification. So that's really important. That's something Jason has to get like locked and loaded, which he's pretty good about in terms of hot baths to detox, as well as massage kind of helps you detox too. But then the supplements are critical, and you have to get that stuff going before you hit the treatment too hard. Because if you're not able to detox it, you're gonna...
And for some reason, I don't know why, like it seems like she said this, and I've read it, like people with Lyme typically are the people that have a really hard time detoxing.
Interesting.
I don't know if the Lyme causes that. Or if it's just like a genetic mutation, which why you can't get rid of the Lyme.
So that makes me wonder too if like previously, if you never fully got rid of the mold toxins.
I probably didn't.
I know they were higher than before, so regardless, they're even more elevated,
And
but I do question if you ever fully...
After I did that treatment, if you guys are wondering why I didn't get tested again, New York State made it illegal to test for mold toxicity.
Yep.
So they just made it legal again.
And why, you might ask? We don't know.
New York State,
New York
money,
State?
politics.
I don't know how it is
agendas.
in other states. I'm curious if you guys know how it is in
I
your
was
state.
never like that person that like, oh, the government.
The government this,
and like
government
now
that,
it's like going through everything I've been through, especially since 2020 and seeing the world. It's like, oh yeah, like these people weren't just being, conspiracy people. Like this crap is real, and like they're not there to help you.
I saw it working in the state job too, and I didn't really see it till I moved up the ladder
How?
and then learned more about decisions that because I was directly involved in
That
like
were
those
helping people?
leadership discussions, and a lot of the decision making that happened was at an Albany level from people that, which is our state capital, people that like literally never worked in a hospital and knew nothing about
So it
what they were
wasn't to help-
talking
It
about.
wasn't to help.
No.
The decisions weren't made to
So
help
it's like
the patient.
that kind of started to jade me a bit, but anyways.
And then you see what I've been
and
through.
then that kind of stuff. But so anyways, we've got the detoxing and then the MCs, the MC combo.
I have been doing the stevia drops,
The stevia drop is your other, so you're gonna get back on stevia.
which I have been doing.
And that,
Up to
if
6
I
a day.
understand, helps
So
with the
basically, there's
biofilm
lime, and makes a biofilm
around it, right?
around it, and antibiotics can't penetrate it. It's like
Yeah.
a protective mechanism. So stevia breaks it down, but like this.
I don't think like your packets of
It
stevia
doesn't.
do it because we asked her that.
Asked
Because you're
that.
like,
And
I use
and
stevia.
I looked at studies too.
Okay.
Like NCMB or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the like not this brand, but like this kind of liquid stevia.
Can anyone buy this, or does that have to go through a doctor?
Oh, anybody can. I got this on
Okay.
Amazon by Nutramedic, stevia microbial support.
Yeah. Okay. So we also talked about the fact that Jason, we understand, has probably mast cell disease. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
He just has like his histamine response is like not normal. It's
No.
like almost like attacks his body, it seems like. So he's very sensitive to foods. We talked about a low histamine diet. Jason doesn't really eat a ton of high histamine foods.
But there's stuff on it. It's like anytime I've like changed my diet,
Yeah, your diet.
according to her,
No, you gotta keep
like
your
I
diet the
screwed
same.
myself up. Like, okay, try beets. I
Yeah,
tried
no.
beets. Oh my God, like I had this insane allergic response.
So Histaquil is something you took previously, and
I've taken that and I dealt with it, and my body handled it well.
I think we found it worked well. So this you take a couple times a day to help with like just normalizing his histamine production, which essentially would also help hopefully your overall inflammation, right? Because if you're having this huge histamine response to foods or environment or anything in your
true.
body, it's going to cause an outrage of inflammation. So this may be good to start regardless. I don't know if you had any issues taking this before.
I didn't.
Okay, so we definitely.
So I can
Histaquil,
So even if we don't start the
stevia.
lime stuff, I should continue. I feel like the stevia and the histaquil.
Yeah. What about the lipoic acid? We don't know yet. If you've taken that.
That I did, and that's why I was getting the gut issues.
Okay, so let's put this. These we're gonna wait.
I don't.
Let's
okay.
just wait on that. Okay, so that's the histamine. So everything, like Jason has several issues, and some are all lumped under one thing. But you'll find with health stuff, it's like you have a lot of different things going on. So
And
then we're
like-
trying to treat
and
it all.
And like things overlap and what you can do and what you
They
can't.
do.
I know I mentioned it in this other video. I saw porphyria. So the treatment for porphyria is sugar, like
Mm-hmm.
literally sugar. They will put an IV of dextrose into you. What's the protocol for Lyme? Avoid sugar.
Yeah.
So it's like all these things just like overlap. So it's a lot of like, as you know, well, I have to like just listen to
Yeah.
my body.
Yeah.
I need sugar. I'm gonna have sugar. It's like I know what works for me,
Right.
for at least diet wise.
Right. No, it's true. You do. I don't
It's-
think
you
you
have
should
to-
veer from it.
You have to be very like in tune with your body when you're sick chronically.
Yeah.
Because like the smallest thing, like Bruce set me off.
For
You know,
sure.
like,
You
I was-
definitely, your body is
So
breaking down right now from that stress.
When did we bring him to the? I had to bring him to the ER
So-
Thursday night.
Yeah, so we got home from vacation Sunday night.
I brought him
Started
Thursday.
monitoring him Monday. Jason brought him Thursday night.
It was a 6-hour trip.
6 hour. Yeah, it was. You
I was
left
gone
at
6 p.m. Got home
6
at midnight.
p.m. You were home at midnight,
And like
and then we went
Two-
and got
two-
Bruce Sunday.
yeah, and so for those 4 days, I have I just shut off all emotions. Like made myself cold. Probably not the best to be around, but dropping off Bruce, knew I was stressed, and I couldn't be like upset, crying, and then leave him, and he's like,
You didn't want
he's
your
all
energy to
upset.
pass on to him.
Why is he leaving me now? So I was like, love you, cool, peace. Got home, needed my energy, good for him,
Yeah.
and just for myself to get through it. So Sunday, Jesus, all day Sunday, I talk about Bruce. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. Like, after we got him.
Cried a lot.
Then Monday, Monday I got a massage. It was a gentle massage. I come
Yeah.
out, and it feels like I can't even bend this finger. Like she didn't do anything to my finger. It feels sprained.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning at like 3 or 4, and I'm like, why does that feel like my tailbone's bruised? I didn't even sit down yesterday hardly, and like I can't even touch my tailbone in that area, in that like glute area. Hurts to move, hurts to stand, like all this like just weird joint and bone and inflammation, just horrible. Tylenol didn't touch it, and I don't take Tylenol because my kidney function's always so elevated.
I'm not trying to laugh. I was trying to not sneeze. With what he's just describing, as wild as that sounds, is kind of typical-ish for you.
It is.
When things happen, like stress-induced things, his body is so, I mean, most of us would be sensitive to respond, but it's like the weirdest stuff happens to you. And I know you're not making it up. It's like the time you put a dumbbell on your knee and your knee was fucked up for days, for weeks.
For like 6 weeks?
Literally, like his body.
I literally thought I tore like a tendon in my knee or something.
His body breaks, and before,
it was a 20-pound dumbbell too. I gently set it on my knee.
I know, and like before no one on this channel I think would, but before the people that are like, well, you just need to gain some weight, you're too lean, you're too fragile. I think with everything we're describing, it's so tough for you to gain weight because we didn't get into it because it's not listed on here, but a lot of this stuff you do have to time specifically around food, and then around your thyroid medication, and not eating, and taking stuff in the middle of the night, so then you're disrupting your sleep. Like all of this is just, it's overwhelming for me as an outside. I'm not technically an outsider, but as a person who's not living in that body, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming to me where I start to shut down.
Like, that's why I'm like, I haven't even started yet. I don't want to look at it. It's like, oh my God, I'm so stressed.
Because it's too much. I get that.
Stressed.
I respect that for sure.
You know?
It's
like,
a lot.
So I always ask you to help me.
And I think it's important too, like I know we're informally talking, but for the viewers, if you are someone that does have health issues, it's very overwhelming. And if you are someone that has multiple different health conditions like Jason does, obviously talk to your doctor about it. I'm not your doctor.
Don't let them make you feel like you're crazy.
Don't let them make you feel like you're crazy, but also I think it's okay to take it one step at a time, which is why I'm advocating for Jason to do what the priority is, right? That's how I work as a dietitian with my patients. You can't always fix everything at the same time, and again, then it gets confusing. What's helping, what's not helping, what's causing bad reactions, especially for him. I want to advocate, let's start with what the priority is, and let's add in the things that you know you can tolerate. And then when it's critical that we start this other stuff, let's start the other stuff. But I worry about you taking too much all at once. I know what's going to happen. Within 2 days, he's going to have the flu. He's going to feel like shit. He's not going to be able to poop. He's going to be emotionally spent. He's not going to be able to eat. And then he's going to try to eat late at night, and then he's going to have acid reflux all night because he could only eat at nighttime.
Which I never had before. Like I literally never had acid reflux until all the antibiotic treatment. It destroyed my insides. Like literally destroyed them. That's why I told her at the, is it all right to use this on camera?
Yeah, I was trying to see how long we were filming for, but it's not listed up there.
Oh look.
Someone asked that in the comments. They were like, has Jason ever thought about using marijuana for like pain management? Like that is the reason Jason started marijuana. It was before it was legalized in New York. He had a medical marijuana card. Actually, they offered it to him well before he even wanted to take it because it was a huge conflict. I don't know if you want to mention that to the viewers. Like Jason grew up in the skateboard era, like early 90s, hardcore skateboarder, die-hard, straight edge lifestyle, right? So straight edge, no drugs, no alcohol.
Through college.
Through college, just very like healthy lifestyle, straight edge lifestyle.
Probably like I don't look 45.
I don't think straight edge lifestyle is even a thing. Like everyone was getting tattoos back in the day.
Not me. I was too straight edge.
Everyone in Jason's straight edge group, all of them.
By college?
They were off straight edge, even the ones with the tattoos.
Even my best friend.
But anyways, Jason has been straight edge for life. He's still never drank. He's still never smoked a cigarette, done any actual drugs in my opinion.
This is an dry herbal vaporizer.
Yeah.
I try to minimize. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I'm sure vape isn't good for your lungs.
Right.
So I get a dry herbal vaporizer, so it's not smoke, so at least minimizes it. So keep going. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just going to say, like, I remember when the doctor offered that to you, it was like, you were so conflicted. I can't remember if you were in tears or not, but it was a lot for you to handle. It was frustrating because, again, this was at a point in time when he didn't have a diagnosis still. So now he's kind of giving up his morals, his values, this lifestyle that he committed to for nearly 39-ish years of life.
39.
To be like, I don't know what's going on, but
need something.
I need something. Like, do I do this or do I
I don't want
not
pain
do
meds,
this?
you know?
That conflict, yeah. And actually, I've had people, when I describe Jason's stuff to them, I'll just say stuff generally, it's, oh, well, hasn't he got on pain meds? I'm like, no, and
That
thank
stuff's
the Lord
addicting,
for
and
that.
it will, like,
I would
destroy
rather
your
him
life.
not get on pain meds if he can help
Destroy
it.
your life physically, destroy your relationships, destroy like everything. You become addictive.
Be
No
high
thanks.
all day long, in my opinion.
I'll be
over that,
I'll be higher in
honestly.
pain.
Honestly.
I'll be higher in pain.
But I just want to mention that because I think number one,
Even during my 2 surgeries, I wouldn't take pain meds.
no, you never did.
I took them day one. Made me feel like
I was scared of pain meds.
I was like, yeah, no, this is not for me.
Yeah,
No.
I've never taken a pain med in my life. No, thank you.
Yeah, so like basically 39. So my 40s have been like a lot of drugs introduced into my body.
Yeah.
That I didn't want to do. Hormone replacement therapy, another one.
Yeah.
It was such a hard decision.
Yeah.
But the issues with hormones started at like 36.
Yeah.
So I went 4 years dealing with all that.
I think the hormonal stuff, like, at least the sense I got from you, and again, I'm a woman, not a man, but I think as a man, to know that your shit's not working well and you're not producing the hormones you're supposed to be producing, I don't know if it makes you feel like if some kind of way that your shit's not working how it should be. Like, was that a conflict? For you or not so much?
By shit, she means not working. It's just like my whole body.
Yeah.
Like, everything.
Yeah.
Like my mentals, like my energy.
Yeah, not as wiener specifically.
But like that was working, but I had zero sex drive.
Yeah.
Like zero.
Yeah, which is not
like I
normal.
wouldn't care. But it was weird because it also felt like my penis was detached from my body when I was going pee. And
That
that's
was
when
your big thing
That
that
was
scared
like
you.
that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. So,
Not to digress, but Joey Justice over there
a lot of.
looking real cute.
I don't know if I didn't really ever think about it like that. It was more just frustrating. Like, what's wrong with me?
All right.
Trying
'Cause
everything naturally.
I remember you were just so frustrated. But then,
And then that led also to mushrooms.
yeah.
But now it's like, wait, marijuana is like so like passive, and even mushrooms. It's not like they're addictive, and it's like I don't even like taking them, but like it makes such a improvement for like a month or more if I take a full dose.
It's definitely helpful that we're now living in a world where it's
Not
more
stigmatized.
acceptable. It's not as stigmatized. It's more talked about.
Still never
hopefully-
drank alcohol in my life, and I never planned on it.
Yeah. Hopefully things continue to improve with just the research
Yeah.
on psilocybin moving forward. They were doing some research studies not far with psilocybin and Lyme, right?
Yep.
'Cause I wanted-
St. John's? Is that
Yeah.
Massachusetts? Yeah,
I wanted to sign him up for it.
They're
but
doing a study.
You would have had to live there basically.
Yeah, you had to go there 4 days a week and be there 8 hours a day. And
Yeah.
it's like a 4-hour drive
But I
each
remember
way.
thinking, man, you would have been the perfect
I would have been.
patient to try that on.
Yep. So you think it was a month? I don't know. It was a long. It was a. I don't know if it's still going on, but
Yeah. that would've been
unfortunately
cool.
not in the area, so I couldn't do it.
And at the time, I was still working, so it just really would have been.
I feel like Bruce's hair's already grown back.
I do too. You touch his little patches. So sweet. All right, so I guess the biggest thing right now I would say
I'm
is
going to continue this stuff. I'm going to start this stuff.
I would start the Histoquel. Wait, I don't see I didn't see the
That's
myco.
on that.
I didn't see it listed on here for the mold.
Well, that's what they gave me.
Let me see. Okay. So she recommended with the mold, get testing done. We're working on that. Use a home air purifier, which we do. We only have, we have a smaller one per bedroom. We could probably zhuzh that up to
Probably
a
get
better
a better one. I bought 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I bought a medical grade one. It's like $1,000. Sounds like a.
It looks like you'd see it in a nursing home.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a jet engine.
Yeah, it's real loud.
But I have it scheduled from like 11, right?
11:30 at night.
11:30 at night to 7 in the morning, so it gets our whole entire like living area. And she was running it for me. She like after, when was it? When we got home for vacation, or before when you did like crazy cleaning? No, when we got
home from vacation. I went full
She went
beast
full
mode.
hardcore.
And then I
because
had
of-
to stop because of the dog.
Because
but-
of me, she's like, I want this place as clean as possible for you. Like she goes above and beyond what like anybody would do.
Thanks, babe. I lied. Mycopole is on here.
Yeah.
So air purifier, and also I do want to keep doing deep cleaning, really, I mean, our house is kind of minimal what we have in here. We don't keep a lot of tchotchkes and junk around, but I do have a lot of laundry piles that I know can collect dust. Just anything in the environment that I can control. I'm using this as my motivation for both of our health to control it better. And that may seem like you're just, you know, really going too far down the rabbit hole, but I'm not. I am a firm believer in the environment and how that alters our internals.
That's why, like, I don't, no matter what, I don't feel like, unless we're like in the boonies, like in the mountain area where there's not a whole lot of pollution, there's not a farm. They're not like farming across the street and literally right in our backyard. I'm never gonna feel like as good as I can.
It's such a catch-22 because we absolutely do love where we live.
We do, except for wintertime gets too long.
And that's not every winter though, so that's what's unpredictable.
Yeah, it's actually sunny today.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out. I want to go for a run. But okay, so the environment, the air purifier. Then yes, your thing is for high and rising ochratoxin. I don't know, the two toxins you have in there.
Where are you reading? Can you point?
Ochratoxin and trichocythine.
Okay.
Let's use Mycopol. Standard dose is 1 capsule, but for you, being special, start with either a third or a half capsule. She wants you to use an empty veggie capsule. Do you have some of those, or are you just going to do the herbs by itself? Yeah, so she wants him to basically just empty half or a third of it to start slow. He has to take it 2 hours before and after food. This is the kicker one.
So how am I supposed to do that?
And meds and supplements. Okay.
Speaking of supplements, can I show them what I do for supplements?
But wait, so you're gonna do this 1 time a day? Standard dose is 1 capsule. So you're doing this once a day and it has to be 4 hours.
So the only time it makes sense is to wake up in the middle of the night, right?
Well, I don't know. Do you take medication first thing in the morning?
I do.
Okay.
I take thyroid medication. Like right when I get up, and then I take it right before bed.
You always pee in the middle of the night, and I know that could be an inconsistent time for you, but I think our best plan of action would be to get this little capsule ready. And when you pee in the middle of the night...
But how am I going to... This is the thing. How am I going to remember it? Do I maybe just like put... Maybe I put this, get the capsule ready, and have the capsule ready on the counter.
Yeah.
Have this
on the
bottle
seat?
On the toilet seat,
like
instead of the toilet seat being
closed.
up.
Yeah.
Because I always sit down to pee in the middle of the night because I don't turn the lights and I don't want to pee everywhere. So I sit down. So I'd be like, oh, hopefully this wouldn't go up my butt. Maybe that's the way to do it.
I think that could be a good thing to do. Do you normally, like when you go pee, it's literally just like a quick in and out? You're not really super aware of your surroundings? Okay.
Yeah, so that's that one. Hold on.
All right. I think that's the best thing to try, Jay. Nothing's going to be perfect, but I think the best way to navigate this one's going to be in the middle of the night. So what this actually does is...
It's like a charcoal supplement, right?
It binds, does it like bind to the toxins to eliminate them? So this one I think can also impact...
My GI.
It binds myotoxins in the GI tract. So that's definitely going to have an impact on your GI tract. But with that, what I would say is, like, don't panic after 3 days. Like, things may adjust. You may need longer than a week, but...
Yeah, so how many supplements I have to take is insane. It sucks because supplements are so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's time consuming. So the quickest path, because it gets annoying. It's like, especially if you forget to take them and you're tired, it's like, now I got to pull all these supplements out of the cupboard and take them.
Yeah.
So I bought these tins, right? I just undid them. Morning, night, here's a handful. This morning, here's night.
Loud.
Here's nighttime. The thing is, my digestion since antibiotics hasn't been good. And the amount of veggie caps I take makes an impact on my gut. So I literally break open every single one of these capsules and put it in water. And then, put a little branch chains in there just to make it somewhat palatable. If not, you just want to vomit. And that's how I take them. So I think I have 6 or 7 days worth of these. So that's what I do. I just go through.
It's always annoying when you have to do them up, but then it's worth it over that week.
It saves time because everything's out. So it's like doink. I've got it down. Same with my medication. It's annoying because I have to cut up some pills. So it's like every week you got to sit there. It's like, all right, I'm going to be an extra 10 minutes cutting up pills.
Yep. I mean, so that's the biggest thing right now for dealing with the mold toxicity is starting the mycotoxin.
Okay.
Mycopol. I'm reading too many toxins. She also
Let's see if she emailed back yet.
suggested a book in case anyone's curious. Dr. Neil Nathan, Toxic Heal Your Body. And if anyone's curious, if you're someone that needs your home inspected for the mold, obviously there's no kickbacks here, but the place she had recommended was called weinspect.com.
Is that who we went through?
Oh, which one did we do? Or we did the moldguyinc.com.
She suggested a couple.
Yeah, I think it was the moldguyinc.com. Just
They're
to
very
throw them out
thorough.
there if you guys are interested in that.
They're very thorough, and they actually deal with a lot of their clientele are people like me with like health issues, underlying health issues. They can't seem to even get somewhat better.
Weinspect.com is who I went with.
Okay, weinspect.com. Mm-hmm. And they're very friendly.
Very thorough, so that was good. Gotta pay that invoice.
Had their stuff together. Confusing. They're probably like, huh?
We'll wait for a little guidance from your doctor just to see what's up, but this is just a little insight into
how confusing things are.
Yeah, it's really
And it's
confusing,
like,
even for educated people. Imagine if you were a 60-year-old, I mean, that's not old, but like, imagine if you were an elderly person and maybe didn't have as good of cognition and you're trying to navigate all these meds. I mean, I remember people at Hutchings being on 18 medications, and I would try to do education before they left the hospital. It's so confusing.
It's
like
it's overwhelming.
When you're on that many medications, the ability for someone to comply with all that for the most educated, put together people is very challenging.
Well, it's like, any guesses how long this is going to take to get in my system? Year plus?
Well, yeah,
2
so
years?
she doesn't even, there's no sense in, she wrote repeat real time should be in
least
6 months to a year. So we're not even going to recheck anything for 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I want to do 6 months just because if that number isn't moving or going up, we have to change something.
Who's the UFC guy that did it for like a year?
Oh, you're thinking of not UFC, you're thinking Gordon Ryan.
Oh.
Jiu-jitsu guy.
Okay.
Gordon Ryan had a ton of GI issues. He still does, and he had mold toxicity.
Yeah. And there are different toxins that he has, and then
It's funny because he mentioned one. And you're like, oh, that's one that was high in me.
I'm pretty sure.
The orch.
Yeah, I don't know. He said it, and I was like, that is one of the ones that was high because what he said was the person that we'll talk with based on Jason's health will actually send the lab results to them. They can help guide us with what will be the best plan of action for what to test and how. And
they test for every mold, and we tell them what to send into the lab.
And they help us with dealing with home insurance.
That was my question.
Because they don't do the remediation. That's a conflict. So they would assist with getting the right people in, what would be best for remediation, dealing with insurance.
Also, just being an aware consumer, they don't do their remediation because it's a conflict of interest. But who's to say that they don't own a company that does remediation? Mm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which would be a conflict of interest, and they're just not
Right.
telling people.
Right.
That's the other thing.
That's true.
You don't know. It's just one of those things. I hope that's not the case. You know.
I'm sure we could look into it.
They help
somehow,
with they help with insurance because, as we learned before, guys who've been OGs, we had to pay over $20,000 out of pocket to have our home clean out of mold before.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did. Hoping that's not the case again.
Yep.
Because we're trying to do other things with our money, and that's not going to put us ahead. But at the end of the day, health is first and foremost, and we're not planning on...
Health is first and foremost, but that's why, like, it's half my stress. It's like, I want to be rich. I want to be rich.
So...
I don't want to be rich to have a Lamborghini. I don't want to be rich to have a Gucci bag. I want to be rich because of my health, and, like, it's to the point where, like, I could not go to a 9 to 5. Like my body could not handle it. Yeah. So I literally get so stressed out. Like, what the F am I gonna do if like money stops coming in? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like this health, like how much did I spend last month just on my health?
A lot.
Like $1,500 between the sups and the 2 appointments?
Yeah.
Close to $2,000 probably. So yeah, that's everything. Confusing.
Okay, so for now we'll stick with this.
And this is just like this. There's not like, the actual, like you said, the time of getting in the bathtub every day. Sweating your
you're
sweating
detoxing.
sweating your balls off in the
We may
bathtub.
look into getting a sauna too. So if you guys know of any,
Not infrared. My porphyria does not like infrared.
yeah. So if
Traditional?
anyone has a sauna or knows like a
Traditional?
good at-home sauna recommendations, throw them my way so we can check them out.
The massage every 2 times a week.
Usually, yep.
My health care, I'm putting us in debt, woman.
At the same time, you have nothing without your health.
I know.
So what?
That's why I want to be rich, though.
To
so
me, I'm like, why stress that? It's a non-negotiable.
But there's stuff I want to do. Like,
I know.
I've seen so much good stuff on, like, I don't remember what it's called. Like the, where they basically clean your blood and put it back in you.
Dialysis.
It was something like, it wasn't actually.
It was something different for Lyme treatment.
And, like, there's people
Yeah.
getting really good results.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
If they do it in New York City, didn't we look into
There's
it?
New York City, and it's like, you have to do it multiple times, and every time's like 10, 12 grand. It's like an insane cost. Insurance obviously doesn't cover it.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I was rich, I would do it.
Yeah.
But
Maybe more options will come our way when we get there that'll be more affordable or will be just as
yeah, hopefully.
effective.
Hopefully.
Yeah. We're gonna stay optimistic over here.
When do I take the Histaquil? Like, when do I
Histaquil?
take this? Like, she said double this, so I can just take this in the morning at night. I know that. Histaquil is like around food? I know this doesn't
Histaquil
matter.
just says 1 capsule a day for at least 3 days, then go up to 2 days if tolerated. So unless it says otherwise on here, take 2 with or without meals. So
Okay.
no stress on this. With or without meals. So you could take
So
one
all
today
this
if you
doesn't
want.
matter.
Right, and
It's-
that's what you're going to keep doing. That's what you're going to start in the middle of the night. We're going to wait on this
Till we hear
stuff
back
till
from
we
her.
hear back from her. That's
Okay.
the plan.
Okay.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us while we figured out the plan and talked it through. If you're like me, I need to talk through things. It helps me mentally.
It's less stress.
Figure out the plan. I feel better about it afterwards, you know? So, I mean, I'm sure you're feeling overwhelmed still because this
A little
is
bit. Every time I look at this, start
It's-
to read it, it's like, oh, I don't feel
too
good.
much. Okay, let's put this stuff away then. We don't even need to look at this. Okay?
Hide it.
We're just
Hide
gonna.
it.
This is the easy stuff. We
It is.
got this, baby. You
So I'll put
got
this on. I'm
this.
gonna put this in the pooper.
Thankfully, he pees 17 times in the middle of the night. You got this.
Not thankfully. That's why I sleep so bad.
I know.
I
Actually,
wake
it's
up all the
not
time. I'm
good.
such a light sleeper. And
So light.
And I feel like me, if you have to pee even just a little bit, even just a little bit, you gotta go pee.
Not me. Nothing wakes me up. Literally. Even when he wakes me up, I'm half asleep for at least 2 more hours.
Yes.
Basically. I'm trying to level that out. But, anyways, wrap this up.
Wrap this up. That way you can go do your thing. You want to go run? It's nice out.
It's really pretty out today. It's nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. It's dark at 4:30.
That's true. I only got a little bit more sunlight, so
about
we're
that.
going to wrap this up. And
think about that.
I got to do some stuff for the Buff Bunny Black Friday sale.
Yeah. Do you want fish?
I will eat, I don't know, I'm craving scrambled eggs.
You had me by haddock. It's
I'll
good.
eat haddock. That'll go over best on my stomach before I run. Yeah.
So
good
we
point.
we have a fresh fish truck that parks down the road at the
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah,
Damn you, farm.
I know.
Different farm actually than the one that plows out here. But they park down the road every Wednesday up until Christmas. They're not here next week, Thanksgiving.
I know.
So remind me.
It's Justice's birthday tomorrow. He's 2 years old.
Yep. Still not fully grown for
He's such
over a year.
Sweet baby boy. Okay.
So,
Anyways,
that was rambles.
those
But
are our rambles. If you enjoyed, be sure to give this video a like, especially if you made it to the end of all 45 minutes of this video.
And we'll see you then.
We'll see you in the next one. Let us know if you do want to hear more health updates with Jason. We're not going to do this every week. Don't worry. Or whatever. This isn't like going to be every single video.
I
But
think
if you would like to follow along with his progression, with how
it's-
everything goes, with the mold toxicity and everything he's doing, we'll keep including these videos here.
it seemed like on that other video,
It helped
Like-
a lot of people.
just not even help them is like, oh, is in getting information. There's actually some doctors that reached out. Very,
Yeah,
very
it was
thankful.
really nice.
Maybe just normalizing things.
For sure. We
You know?
need to normalize not being okay.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And like taking drugs.
Most people are not okay. Let's quit judging people by how they look
Yeah.
and understand we're all probably going through something or someone close to us is going through something. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So, yeah, let us know if you enjoy these types of videos. We'll include more and probably back to regular scheduled content after this.
Yeah.
More to come on that. In the
Peace.
next one. Peace.